Have you ever had the situation where you set out some nice big goals for yourself, something that you would really like to achieve, and it would take you to push yourself to achieve that goal? And you know that you should be pushing yourself, and you know that you should be working hard every single day, but something is quite off. You don't feel a burning desire to achieve that. If that has happened to you, watch this video until the end, because that exact same scenario has happened to me, and I have only very recently found out the reason behind it, and also figuring out how I can get around that so I create that burning desire to achieve that goal. So I will tell you my story and also how I created this burning desire for myself to achieve the goals that I set out for myself. So when I first started making YouTube videos, I would describe the way I did things as just floating about. I thought of a video idea, I thought it was pretty good, and then I did it, and then I just moved on to the next one. And it was only after around 8-ish months, I think, where I started to set out goals, like subscriber goals and views goals for the entire month. And I did that knowing that if I set out a goal for myself, I have something to aim at. I have a reason to keep going. Because if I have no goal, then it doesn't matter what I do, because I have nothing to aim at. There's no target for me. And then after those 8 months without having any goals, I had a goal to aim at, but it still wasn't enough for me. And the work that I did do was kind of more specific and more targeted, but not enough. I still wasn't having an alarming, burning desire to achieve what I set out for myself. And then fast forward to last week, when I'm trying to sell some of my old clothes, and then I look up what some things are called, and then I find out about this hat, and then I look up the name of that hat, and I find this one. When it's what it is a winter hat with floppy ears that go down that you can tie it around your chin. And for whatever reason, I really loved the idea of having a hat like that. And it's cheap. It's only £12, and I really wanted to get it for myself. But I knew I shouldn't, because I didn't earn it. I want to earn things like that through doing hard work. And so I didn't immediately think of earning that, but I just thought about how nice it is and how much I would want it. But then came last week, where I came out of another depression pit, and I started to get my thoughts together and started to set out goals. So I set out a goal for myself to reach 550 subscribers by the 1st of June at 9 a.m. And not only that, I told myself, and I journaled this, that if I reach that goal that I'm aiming for, I will let myself buy that hat. And the thoughts that were preceding that were, how can I make the most informative, most inspiring, and the best videos that I can make, and consistently upload them throughout May so I can reach my goal. And it's notable that I say that because I haven't had thoughts like that before. Every month before, when I set out goals for myself, I never had these structured and strategic thoughts like I'm having now. Every time before, all I did was rely on hope. I just hoped that if I made good videos and people liked them, then I'll get subscribers and views, and then I'll reach my goal. I really didn't take it upon me to put in such purposeful effort that I'm bound to achieve the goal that I set out for myself. So the main takeaway point is that you need to reward yourself for the goals that you achieve with things that you genuinely enjoy to do or to have. Because my goal for the end of April was to reach 450 subscribers, and I didn't reach it, and I wasn't too bothered, honestly, because I did set out that goal for myself, and my reward would have been that I would have bought new running shoes for myself, which I know that I need, but it's not something that I care about having really much. I know that it's good to have, and it's good for the comfort of my feet or whatever, but I really don't care about it much. But now it's the next month, and I have a bigger goal set up for myself that is going to be more stressful and more effortful, but I'm more excited. I'm more driven to achieve it, because in the end, I'm going to get something that I really want. And all of this goes quite against what a lot of people think, which is that you shouldn't have material things and that you should be grateful for like what you have and that kind of thinking. And all of that is good, and it does have some merit, but if you're not going to target the things that you want most deeply, and you play into this humble character who like doesn't want material things, you will not be as driven as the men like me who are going to reward themselves with the things that they really, really want. Since if you set out a goal for yourself, with the reward being the feeling that you get from it, or that you will have a sense of achievement and it'll be good and you'll have more knowledge and then you can push further on. Surface level, it sounds great, but you're not targeting your emotions. You need to target your emotions so that there is a visceral and somewhat primal desire to get what you want. It's the same principle as not eating until you get your work done, because eating is a fundamental human need, and if you're not able to eat until you do something, you will have such big drive to get that thing done, because that thing is in the way of you and your basic human need to eat. And so by the same token, this goal that I set out for myself, for example, is in the way of me and something that I really want. And it's important because I want it because of my emotions. I'm going to feel good when I have it. And so I want to achieve that so I can feel that good emotion. Or rather than having no end goal. And of course there's a fine line, because you shouldn't reward yourself with things that are going to detriment you. Like you shouldn't reward yourself with sweets or junk food or wasting time or any degenerate activities, for example. And you should set out goals for yourself that do not detriment you and only help you. Because for example, this hat that I'm wanting to buy isn't completely vital, but I like it and it'll be good for winter, and so it will bring me benefit. But I could also set a goal of something like, if I don't reach this 550 subscriber goal by the 1st of June at 9 AM, I have to sleep for 3 days out of the week on the floor for the entire month. Or that I set out 2 days every single week where I do not eat completely, or eat really bland food, for example. Or maybe something like have an entire month where I only drink water. You setting out those type of goals will make you have a primal, visceral desire to achieve those things. Because I'm sure that nobody wants to sleep on the floor. Nobody wants to not eat for 2 days out of the week. No one wants to eat bland food. And no one wants to only drink water and not have tea or coffee or something. So all in all, set out incredibly attractive and rewarding goals that you really want to achieve. And on top of that, have a negative and a consequence of you not achieving those goals. So with my hat, I really want the hat, but if I don't get my goal, I won't have the hat, and then it'll take another month for me to get it. And I don't want to wait that long, and I would buy it today if I could. And that is exactly how you can achieve the goals that you set out for yourself, through strategically thinking and planning out how you can achieve them, instead of relying on hope because you don't care about achieving it actually that much, because you're not targeting your visceral and somewhat primal emotions. I would love to hear your thoughts about all of this. So do leave a comment below, tell me if you've experienced the same problem or if this video has helped you at all. Put in enough time and attention, because that will make anything into reality.